J'ai trouvé la définition de Haïdé. C'est une collectionneuse.
I'll jump into my conclusion right here at the outset. La Collectioneuse is a movie about a girl who doesn't quite know what she wants, who gets essentially what she wants, and about a spectrum of male cluelessness, which is not unusual in Eric Rohmer films, about idle hands and what the devil can find for us to do with them, which in the film is not very much. In fact, this movie is so much about women and how little we men understand them, that I'm inviting a guest narrator, my sister-in-law and one of my best friends, to take the reins on from here on in.
La Collectioneuse is Rohmer's sexiest movie, and as you'd expect, the lead never gets laid. Rohmer tells us this is the fourth of his 6 moral tales, so already we know that morality as we know it is not on the menu.
Tu es une petite salope sans morale.
Ce qui est sûr, c'est que c'est pas ta morale que je suivrai.
2 buddies, Adrienne and Danielle, are squatting at the gorgeous seaside villa of an absent friend and find out that an alluring young woman happens to be living in the same house. The 2 guys are interested in nothing but sunbathing and reading, and so the girl, Aride, and her constant stream of lovers are an annoying distraction. Adrien, a pretentious art dealer, interprets everything Aide does, including sleeping with other men, as an elaborate ruse to seduce him. Despite his delusions, eventually, he and Aide strike up a friendship. He talks their other housemate Danielle, an insufferable heel, into becoming her lover, which quickly descends into annoying childishness and ruins everyone's vacation.
Arrête.
We should probably extol the film's brilliance before chastising the main characters, who are 3 out of 5.
Des vrais connards.
Like other Rohmer films, the setting itself seduces you into wanting to live as lazily as the characters. The south of France, with its screaming katydids, here sounds like gently lapping water and birdsong. Ooh, that's my favorite. Rohmer decides not to add a soundtrack, and he was very specific that the atmospheric noises were genuine. A colleague claims that he heard Rohmer phoning his sound team demanding, "Are you sure that's a grass warbler? The kind that sings between 2 and 5 a.m.? Aide seems born for this environment, and any scene where she isn't bikinied seems unnatural." Seriously, Paul?
It does, actually.
But the 2 guys are intentionally unnatural, donning floral bathrobes or dashikis to reinforce their self-image as barbarians.
Moi, je suis un barbare. Tu n'es pas barbare. Tu n'as pas le droit de te conduire en barbare.
Adrien, the lead, is self-obsessed, but he's an angel next to Danielle, who claims to be revolutionary but acts like a child. Or, compared to Sam, the creepy American art dealer who borrows Aide for a couple days, she assures us that nothing bad happens during that time, just a yacht cruise, a nice dinner. Agency is the central problem of the movie. Both roommates assume that they have control over Aide and that her active sex life is a sign of need, or as they call it, collecting. She disagrees.
Je ne suis pas une collectionneuse.
Ne dis pas ça, c'est ton seul mérite.
C'est entièrement faux, je cherche. Je cherche pour essayer de trouver quelque chose. Je peux me tromper.
Saying that she is just searching for what she wants, and one thing she would have liked was just friendship with her 2 housemates. In the end, she chooses Adrien, and they might have had one nice week together before he goes home, but she can't resist her social instincts, so while she's chatting with friends about possibly a getaway to Italy, Adrien ditches her and flies off to London to see his girlfriend. Did I mention that he had a serious girlfriend this whole time? The movie opens with 3 great prologues. Danielle is shown in a dumb academic discussion of how great a sculpture is, which is just razors embedded on a poorly painted spool. It's a perfect prediction of Danielle's ridiculous behavior later on, harming others with his carelessness. In Adrien's prologue, he discusses relationships with his girlfriend and an unnamed woman who gives a frank appraisal of why she can't be friends with ugly people. Really, Paul? Ugly people?
Yeah.
And that personality or love just aren't enough to make someone attractive. But first, we get to Aide's intro, an homage to how shockingly gorgeous she is against the shockingly gorgeous backdrop of southern France. No words, just close-ups. Argument. Rohmer is objectifying his heroine and not giving her a voice. Rebuttal. Throughout the movie, Aide, through dialogue, but even more through action and silent responses, makes her position on life very clear. And while the final decision not to consummate the relationship is Adrian's decision, he's reacting to her showing clearly that he has never conquered her, even if she has decided to sleep with him. Argument. Each prologue is an outside appraisal of how others see these characters. Aide is a beautiful creature. Danielle is a pointless, pretentious annoyance.
L'âme de rasoir, c'est la parole. Ça peut être le silence. Ça peut être aussi l'élégance. Un certain jaune.
Adrian is a befuddled lover who thinks too much and listens to others who think too much too. Adrian is not just a cad. He has good points. He is an intellectual aesthetic, declaring that his dandyism is heroic because he can't pay for it. A rich dandy, he says, is just self-indulgent. A poor dandy is a hero. Adrian prides himself on starting the day early to do, well, nothing whatsoever. He refuses even to think.
Le monde appartient à ceux qui se lèvent tôt.
Danielle also has principles, even though he's pretty gross. His disdain for collectors is that they merely gobble up what others have done and do nothing themselves, which is Adrian's goal in life. The center of their lives is, paradoxically, Aide. They call her a distraction, and she is only appreciated when she participates in their daily routine. But secretly, she's the planet their pretentious moons orbit around and the person who calls all the shots in this film.
La collectionneuse ne collectionne pas de tout. Elle se centre. And that's all we can do.
All right. On to the editing.
I can come back on Tuesday. La connection. Oh. Stop. How do I?
No, don't stop. I can delete anything that goes wrong.
La collectioneuse.
La collectionneuse.
La connection.